In this video, we are going to solve another question of GATE 2019. This was question number 52. So let's first read the statement of the question. So by the simplex method, the optimal table of linear programming problem. So you are given a linear programming problem where alpha, beta, gamma are real constants. So you can see this alpha is appearing here, beta is here and gamma is here. They are real constants is. So this is the optimal table as they are mentioning. Then the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma is. So these kind of questions are very frequently asked in GATE exam in relation with LPPs, that they introduce certain unknowns so that you can use the concepts and the definitions of the terms in LPP related with LPP to solve these kind of questions. So we will be using the information provided in the question to find the value of alpha, beta and gamma, and then we will be evaluating alpha plus beta plus gamma, right? So we will be using the concept of B inverse because we are given the optimal table. So I will tell you how you do this one. So these beta and gamma are our unknowns. So to do this question, we will be first using this relationship. XB is B inverse B. So XB denotes the basic feasible solution of current table. Current table means whichever table you are at. In this case, this is the optimal table. So this is my XB. If I look at XB, so this is 6, 2. So this is X2 is 6, X1 is 2 if you want to read the variables value. So X2 is 6, X1 is 2, but as a vector, this is 6, 2. And what is small b? Small b is the original right hand side of the given LPP. So original was 8 gamma. So this is 8 gamma. So how this XB and small b are connected? By B inverse. Now important point is which you should learn how to read B inverse, because this is the kind of thing you should know for doing many kind of questions of LPP. So you should be knowing this technique that from a given optimal table or from given any table, any simplex table, how to know B inverse. So B inverse is nothing but the inverse of the basis matrix. So what is basis matrix? So basis matrix is basically whichever variables are present in the basis, their corresponding column vectors, they form basis matrix. But here directly we need to use B inverse. So there are two ways of finding B inverse. That first you find basis matrix and then you find the inverse of that. But directly there is a technique with which we can read the B inverse. So that technique is that you look at the original table, like the first table basic variables. So you can see this problem has four variables. So their x3 and x4 are nothing but acting as slack variables, as you can see, because their coefficient, the cost coefficient of x3 and x4 is 0. So basically this equation originally is like this, right? So x3 and x4 are nothing but the slack variables. So they were the original basic variables in the first simplex table. So you have to read the columns of x3 and x4 in the current table. So I'm repeating the technique to read B inverses. You read the current column vectors of the basic variables present in the first simplex table, and for a less than equal to type problem, the slack variables are always the original basic variables. So this, the columns under x3 and x4 in this table, this is B inverse. So 2 minus 1 minus 1 1. So now I know B inverse, I can substitute in this relation. So this xb should be B inverse B. So now you can find the value of gamma from here. So since to find the value of gamma we need equation, so I can write that equation. So 6 is equal to 16 minus gamma. This is one equation, and another equation is 2 is equal to minus 8 plus gamma. So this gives me gamma is 10. This also give me gamma is 10. Obviously both of will give you the same value of gamma because that has to be satisfied. So I got the value of gamma. So one constant has been evaluated out of alpha, beta and gamma. So next task is we need to find the value of beta. right? So for beta also you can use similar technique. You can use the concept of B inverse. So how that is there? So we have a relation alpha j is B inverse time Ag. Alpha j is denoting the column vector of jth variable in the current table, and Aj is the column vector of the jth variable in the original LPT, the capital A, which is the coefficient matrix. So there is this relation. So beta is appearing as a coefficient of x1. So we need to use this relation for the variable x1. So what is the current column of x1? So x1's current column in this table is given to be 1 0. But I want to point out here there is a mistake here in this question given, because you see that x2 x1, right? So if x2 is appearing as first variable, x1 is second, so actually the column of x1 x2 should be this, because x2 value you will be reading from here. So if you look at this will not include x2. So this is actually wrong, mistyped in the question. So this question statement is incorrect. This has to be 0 1 1 0. So the column of x1 is actually 0 comma 1, not 1 comma 0. So this is 0 comma 1 is B inverse 2 minus 1 minus 1 1, and this is Aj. Aj is its original column, that is beta 2. Beta 2. So now you can solve this and you can get the value. So 1 is equal to minus beta plus 2. So this gives me minus beta is minus 1. So beta is 1. So I got the value of beta by solving this. Another way to find the value of beta is directly you can substitute the solution from here, right? So this x1 is 2, x2 is 6. If I substitute in the first constraint, x1 is 2, x2 is 6, and obviously x3 is the non-basic variable as it's not appearing in the basic basis, so it's 0 is 8. So this way I'll get 2 beta is equal to 2, beta is equal to 1. So there are two ways of doing the same thing, but you will get the value. The only problem was using this technique was this question statement was wrong. That's why it can mislead to some calculation. So beta is 1. So I got alpha, I got gamma and beta, and now you need to find the value of alpha. So how you are going to find the value of alpha? Using the concepts of Zj minus Cj, because alpha is the cost coefficient of x1. So it's actually, if you write Cb vector, so this is 3 alpha, right? So if I use any particular, I can use any equation because I cannot use Zj minus Cj for x1 and x2 because they are basic variables, that is 0. So I'll be using this x3. So how these Zj minus Cj's are calculated, you know, Cb vector into this vector, the dot product you have to take minus their original cost is Zj minus Cj. So this gives me 2, means this value Zj minus Cj is equal to Cb vector into the column vector minus the cost. So x3's original cost is 0. So now if you write this one, so this is 6 minus alpha. 3 to the 6 minus alpha. So this gives me alpha is equal to 4. Right? So I get alpha, beta and gamma. So the answer is alpha plus beta plus gamma. 4 plus 1 plus 10 is 15 is the answer to this question.